Hi everyone, it's Don and I hope you're having a fantastic day. Well, I just spent the day in training here on the Oasis of the Seas in Royal Caribbean, and I have some notes about some things I've seen on the ship. But I also want to talk today, we have a ferry system being taken offline because it stalled out in front of a cruise ship, and we have the best news ever coming for anybody who has to go to Canada. First off, we have a ferry system. Manly ferries were taken offline in Australia, New Zealand. 3 of them were taken offline as one of them, the Farlight, stalled out, had mechanical issues and stalled out directly in the path of the Coral Princess that was being, heading out to sea. Right also as it's being escorted by a tugboat. And they pulled all 3 of the catamaran type ferries out of service while they do an inspection to find out exactly what happened on the Farlight. Why did they completely stall out in the middle with really, for what all accounts were, no signs that it was going to conk out and the engines conk out, because it's a very narrow path at some points that they're heading out at there, and to have a larger ferry type ship stall out directly in the path, because a lot of them will judge, okay, they're moving at that speed, we're moving at this speed, so we got lots of time to get by them, and then all of a sudden you stall out, you don't have that speed. There's not a lot of maneuverability for a cruise ship to stop, shove it into reverse. It still has a lot of weight and a lot of momentum. There's not a lot of pathway for it to move out of the way. So they decided to pull all 3, and they're going to look at it and check it out. Next, we also have some amazingly good news. It was going to be good news anyway, but it turned out to be even better news than we were hoping for if you're Canadian or if you're heading to Canada on a cruise or even just heading across the border. Canada has now lifted all restrictions. You no longer need to be vaccinated. You no longer need to show proof of vaccination. You no longer have to fill out the ArriveCan app. And best news of all that no one was expecting, because it sounded like they were not going to do it, but as of October 1st, just a few short days away, you no longer have to wear a mask at the Canadian airports or inside a Canadian airplane. Woo! I've been waiting for that news forever. Nothing is worse than I've been upgraded to business class on an 8-hour flight. Great. Oh, what a win. And then having to wear these masks the whole time when you're trying to sleep, it's just an inconvenience. No one else around was doing it, but Air Canada and WestJet were forced to do it because of the Canadian laws and the regulations. So now, no masks need to be there. You also don't need to be vaccinated to fly, don't need to be vaccinated, don't need to show proof of test, don't need to do the ArriveCan. And that goes for driving across the border or flying. That is good news. And it takes place on October 1st. And I fly home October 2nd. That's great. That's great. I no longer have to buy masks before I head on my vacation anywhere. That's a really good thing. I always have 1 or 2 there, just in case something happens on the cruise or something like that, where everyone has to put a mask back on. That's happened to me in the past. However, not having to wear a mask on my flight anymore is one of the best news I've heard in a long, long time coming from Canada. So very happy about that. Now, I also want to tell you about an observation that I've made on this ship. And it's still boggling my mind that this keeps happening. But before I get there, let me just, invite you to hit that subscribe button if you haven't done so already. If you want to keep up to date with all things cruising, from what's happening with the Canadian borders, what's happening with cruise ships, which cruise ships are being diverted from which areas, what's happening with hurricanes and what might affect your cruise, to what cruises are coming down the line, all the brand new cruises that are set to debut in the next few months to a year here in North America, and in Europe and around the world. All we do is we talk about cruising, we have fun. Subscribing does not cost anything. It's not a subscription. It just tells YouTube people like cruising videos and says, hey, let's share it to more people, and that's how it helps the channel out. And I really would appreciate if you could subscribe. Okay, I've been on this ship. This has got to be the fullest cruise ship I've been on since the pandemic, you know, basically the resumption of cruising. By far, it's at 100% capacity, and it's the Oasis of the Seas. So it's a huge, huge ship. There are thousands upon thousands of people on this ship. Probably around 8,400 people all told, including the cruise members on the ship. Okay, I'm used to those kind of things. That's not bad, but it's really crowded. But it's still boggling my mind that I go to there's lots of elevators on this ship. There's 2 sets on each, on the aft. There's a set over here, a set over here. There's lots of there's lots of elevators. And people still cannot stand back from the elevator doors to let people off the elevator. Or worse than that, they try and rush in before the people have had a chance to get on. Like, I saw one lady like doing this, like I gotta get in there, but the elevator was full and every single person was coming off the elevator. There were only 4 of us waiting to get on. What was she in such a hurry for to get by those people? But she literally was trying to work her way through the people to get into the elevator before they could come off. And then, I'm on elevators that have a lot of people on. You move as much to the side or to the back as you can, but sometimes they get full. And somebody will stand directly in front of the doors. And they're going to be the last person to get off. And will they move out of people's way when they're trying to get off the elevator? No. They just stick their butts where they are and just don't move. Don't even turn sideways a bit. Just like this. And you have literally 8 inches to try and get by these people to get out of the elevator. What are you doing? It boggles my mind that people are that still inconsiderate of other people. Where do you think the elevator's going? What do you think is going to happen if you step to the side to let somebody off an elevator? Do you think they're going to push you out of the elevator? One person what I was noticing, that one person who was not moving from the elevators stood straight in front. Finally, after 2 or 3 people on 2 different floors were trying to get off or get on the elevator and that person wasn't moving, a lady beside her said, when it was her turn, said, hey, do you mind moving your ass over to the side of the elevator so people can get off and stop being so ignorant? And the lady just like, oh, I didn't know I was in the way. What do you think you were doing when people had to try and squeeze by you and were bumping you when you're trying to get off? You knew exactly what you were doing. You didn't care what you were doing. And it still boggles my mind. Let people off the elevator, then step into the elevator, make room for other people, be kind, be nice. What's wrong with that? You don't have to be a jerk around the elevators. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Have you guys come across elevator indiscretions, shall I say, with people just being complete buttheads when it comes to getting on and off elevators? I actually have seen people crawl over people on a scooter who were trying to get off to get into the elevator without letting them off. Literally crawled over them. How rude is that? Well, I hope you appreciate this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Want to see more tips, more tricks, more travel vlogs from around the world? That subscribe button. Until next time, have yourself a safe and a great vacation.